we're talking about agriculture.
Yes.
And we know that the federal government is putting so many things in place to make sure that this agenda becomes a reality. Now, some of the challenges that we know that bedevils this industry, like every other one, is infrastructure and weak industry structures as well, which have led to poor harvest. Federal government has tried to come up with a concept of staple crop processing zone. Would this help to address the challenges, or is there something else that we should be doing right now to help the farmers?
It should help in the sense that you are clamoring on the issue of comparative advantage when you say staple crop zone. If you take Benue, if you take Ogun State, we know that we are very good in cassava production. If you take Sokoto, take Kebbi, take Ebonyi State, and some parts of Northeast, you know that they are good in rice production. So by saying that you want to develop a staple crop zone, that means that you are now looking at it from the perspective of what these areas are noted for. And by that, it means that, oh yes, technology can be easily spread to those areas. The needed materials such as irrigation water, such as processing, such as value chain development, can also be zeroed in depending on the type of crops we are looking at. And the issue is that if you say that how you want to produce in the urban areas, you want to produce your agricultural materials in the urban areas, vis-a-vis the rural areas, of course, labor will be more expensive in the urban areas as against the rural areas. Two, you are saying that, oh, continue to develop the urban areas rather than the rural areas, where we have over 65% of Nigerian farmers. And if you really want to make sufficient progress in agricultural transformation, then it is the rural area that you really concentrate on.
All right, Shadrach, you were trying to say something.
Yes, I'm saying that a country like Brazil that will share the same population, the same demography here, has got converted their post offices as an exchange center where what is being produced. Rural dwellers, crop development has never been the issue. It's off-takers. We don't have adequate good roads here. As I speak with you, at celebrating 53rd of our independence, we still have to depend on a Boyiman to make a raffia basket to put tomatoes. We still have to, as I speak with you at this 21st century, that when you go to Uboka in Enugu State, here, the rice are still being put in tray, and this is how you. And when you put this whole thing, you have made agriculture unattractive. Your time and space are not being calculated. You cannot compete. As I speak with you, if a crate of egg is still 650, 700 naira, but the price of maize has not yet dropped. Now, proper pricing are the things, when you talk about agro-business, you know, the government policies is like you end up shooting yourself in the foot. So you are in this other way, you are saying one thing, in the other way, they don't come together. Now, it takes the passion for you to remain in agriculture. But if you get an auditor to come in and look into your book, some of us today are this neck here with debt.
Yeah, but you see, what the professor is saying that, yes, we should encourage staple crop processing zone because it will help.
One community, one product has been a program that has been there that would have jump-started this country and taken it to a new level. One community, one product. Every single community in Nigeria has got one given crop that the other community hasn't got. But what have we done? For the past 13 years in this country, we have people who come in with policies that ends up only in cassava and fertilizer. Is that what we're going to look at here?
So you're saying that, for you now, yes, right now, as a farmer, you're saying that this staple crop processing zone is not going to address all the challenges that you're talking about?
No. If you're looking at agriculture, for business, one community, one product, can we have short-term crops that will be able to get the attention of the financial institution to you? Cassava is a 9-month-old crop. At this point in time, if this financial institution do not give you the backings, you are wasting your time.
Now the point I'm making is that I'm not saying that the crop processing zone will solve all the problems. But I'm saying that is the step in the right direction. Of course, some supporting policies need to be there in terms of development of infrastructures in the rural areas, right, in terms of improved marketing system, in terms of communication, in terms of empowerment of the various farmers.
All of this, nobody has really talked about the environmental challenges that we face. We know that in 2011, in fact last year, we lost
over 14 states
to
water.
How can this potential threat be reduced?
What happened to us was not a natural disaster. It was carelessness and fraud by man here. We have over 114 dams across northern Nigeria, across this country. 87% of these dams, their spillways and their embankment has been washed away over time. And then it is so disheartening that having gone through all that we're going through here in terms of water and all that here, somebody will come up and share 4 naira to communities. Even some community who lost their goat, lost their chicken, lost their dog, did not see 4 naira. The point comes to the fall that the man that is making decisions for you must understand. You can't shave my hair in my absence. You must understand how I feel and all that here. But if we need to change agriculture and compete with the man in Brazil, compete with the man in Ivory Coast, talk with the man in Ghana, then we need to begin to look at what is good for the man in Benue, what is good for the man in Gombe. As I speak with you today here, over 887 metric tons of melon do not find their way to market. I just came back from Sokoto, in Giroyo, in Sokoto, where the 67% of the onions consumed in Nigeria comes from. The biggest problem is how do they convert these onions to the marketplace? 212 trucks of onions are consumed in Lagos alone every week here. But the man that cultivates these onions here, poverty is his calling. He has nothing to show for the labor that he's put in place.
I think what we need to do is to have a detailed, holistic approach to agricultural development in this country. We are not planning sufficiently.
Okay, Professor, remember that once upon a time we used to have development plans. There was this national development plans for the sector.
Yes.
And it seems like they've been abandoned.
Of course it has been. Of course it has been. Simply because of the implementation failures. And the point now is have a holistic approach, come up with appropriate strategies for the implementation. The two must go pari passu. The two must go simultaneously. Sorry. Now, if you are saying that, okay, we consume X quantity, or X tons of onion, we consume X tons of beef, how can we achieve this? And if you make a projection, given the population increase, given the improved feeding system, we will need X plus Y, then how do we get there? And we can then have a sensitivity analysis in terms of, if this happens, if there's any environmental degradation, if there's any environmental problem, it will fall. So how do you now combat such? And that's why the issue of environmental degradation things that happened in 2011 should really be planned against now. This is time to really move forward to plan against it. We need the water, particularly so during the dry season. If you look at the irrigation facilities that we have in this country, about 70% are in the northern part of the country. Because we believe that, the south is a wet region. But we know that we can increase level of productivity if farmers should produce during the rainy season as well as during the dry season. And there are some crops that can be produced during the dry season if there are sufficient water and some other technologies being put in place.
Okay.